Good morning, students. Today I am going to revise chapter number 6, 9 and 10 from civics. And chapter number 6 is understanding our criminal justice system. Chapter number 9 is public facilities and chapter number 10 is law and social justice. So students, we will go through the understanding our criminal justice system chapter number 6. So in this chapter we will learn and study about the criminal justice system of India. And as I told you in my previous explanation about the story of Shanti, who was working in Mr. and Mrs. Shinde apartment in Mumbai, and according to Mrs. Shinde, Shanti was a thief. So, my dear students, our Indian criminal justice system is the type of system of practices and institution of government directed and upholding social control, mitigating crime, and also sanctioning or arresting those who violate laws with criminal penalties, whatever fixed by our constitution to every criminal activities or crime. So to stop any kind of criminal activity and to provide fair trial and fair justice, there are 4 people who play a key role in our criminal justice system, and they are police, public prosecutor, the defense lawyer, and the judge. So according to the constitution, every individual or single people charged of a crime has to be given a fair trial. So according to your book, in which one heading is given, what is the role of police in investigating a crime? So to investigate any complaint about the commission of a crime, and investigation includes recording statements of witnesses and collecting different kind of evidence from the crime place. And if the people think that the evidence point to the guilt of the accused person, then they file a charge sheet in the court. But if a person is guilty or innocent, whatever decided by the judge, not by the police. Okay? And everyone is subjected to law of land, including police. So police investigations always have to be conducted in accordance with law and with full respect for human rights. It means whatever action taken by the police against any person, then it is the responsibility of police to take care or to keep the rights of every human in their eye before arresting or charging any kind of crime with them. Alright? So, as I told you in my previous explanation, according to the Article 22 of the Constitution and our criminal law guarantee to every citizens of India, even arrested person by the police also have a following fundamental rights, and these are right to be informed at the time of arrest of the offense for which the person is being arrested, and right not to be ill-treated or tortured during arrest or in police custody. Okay? And confessions made in police custody cannot be used as evidence against the accused. And as well as boy under 15 years of age and women cannot be called to the police station only for the questioning. Okay? After that, your next topic is FIR or First Information Report, which is filed by the police. Whatever information, first of all, given by the people or given by the witness just after the crime. So, according to the First Information Report, police can begin investigation into a crime only if FIR will be registered. And the law states that it is compulsory for an officer in charge of a police station to register FIR when person gives information about any cognizable offense. And student, here the meaning of cognizable is, according to this chapter, police may arrest a person without the permission of the court. Okay? And after that, sometime FIR consists or FIR whatever reported by the witness in the police station and FIR noted by the police. In that FIR, police notes date, time, place of the offense and details of the offense, which include the description of the event. And it is also, or police also note down the name and address of the complainant or those people who first informed the police about the crime. And complainant have got the legal right to keep a free copy of the FIR from the police. After that, next topic is public prosecutor. So student, the meaning of public prosecutor is a law officer who conducts criminal proceeding on behalf of the state or in the public interest. And meaning of prosecution means carrying of legal proceedings against a person. After that, we have to learn and study about the role of public prosecutor. So students, in court, public prosecutor represent the interest of the state, and the role of the public prosecutor begin once the police has conducted the investigation and filed the charge sheet in the court. And public prosecutor must conduct the prosecution on behalf of the state. And public prosecutor expected to act without any discrimination, without any difference, and present the full material, fact, witnesses, and with evidence in front of the court. Okay? After that, role of the judge. So I think you are all well known about the role of judge. So students, judge hears all the witnesses and any other evidence whatever presented by the public prosecutor and the defense in the court. And on the basis of all the evidences, judge decides whether the criminal or accused person is guilty or not, on the basis of the evidence and according to our Constitution of India. And after that, if the accused or criminal is convicted, then the judge given his justice in which that criminal or that accused person can be sending to jail or imposing a heavy fine or both. Alright. After that, your next topic is what is a fair trial. So students, according to the Article 21 of the Indian Constitution, our Constitution guarantees to every citizens of India right to life. And according to right to life, a person's life or liberty can be taken away only on the basis of following legal procedure. And if due to any criminal activity done by the people or anyone, but they all have right for fair trial, and fair trial ensures that Article 21 of the Constitution is upheld. And according to Article 21, every citizen of India, irrespective of his class, caste, gender, religion, and any different ideology, should get a fair trial when accused. It means judge cannot jump to the conclusion. Instead, he have to remain impartial. It means whatever decision taken by judge for the accused people, that decision will be without any discrimination, without difference between the people, without the difference between the rich and poor, without the difference between the upper class or lower class. Okay? And the rule of our Indian law says that everyone is equal before the law. Whether she was Shanti or she was Mrs. Shinde. According to our criminal justice system, a fair trial carried by the police, public prosecutor and judge to provide fair justice system to those who are innocent or who are criminal. Alright. So, my dear student, in chapter number 6, you have to learn also about the important point, and you have to learn question and answer, and you have to learn about the defense lawyer also, and you have to learn the meaning of accused, cognizable, cross-examined, detention, impartial, offense, to be charged of a crime, and witness, which is given with word and its meaning. Alright, it is very important for you. And after that, I am going to revise chapter number 9, which is public facilities. So my dear students, in chapter number 9, public facilities, as I told you about the water problem in the region of South India, and according to the category of upper class, lower class and middle class people, they are getting public facilities, especially water, by the government. So whatever story given in your book related to the Mr. Ram Gopal who live in Ananagar, Chennai, and in Ananagar, bungalows have tap water for major part of the day, and if any day the water supply is inadequate, then Mr. Ram Gopal speak to a senior official whom he knows in the municipal water board, and a water tanker is easily arranged for his house. And Subramaniam apartment in Mylapore suffers from water shortage, and the area or region where Subramaniam was lived gets municipal water once in 2 days. And Shiva, who lives on rent of the first floor of a house in Madipakkam, gets water once in 4 days. And Padma works as a domestic help in Saidapet and lives in the nearby slum. She pays a rent of rupees 650 for the hutment, and there was no any bathroom and nor any tap, and there was no any water facilities provided by the government, and the water comes from a bore well for 20 minutes twice in a day only. Okay. Alright students, and according to your chapter, next heading is water as a part of the fundamental rights to life. So I think everybody knows very well that water is very important and essential for life and also for good health. And India has one of the largest numbers of causes of water related diseases like diarrhea, dysentery, cholera, and more than 1600 Indians, especially children below the age of 5, die every day due to the water related diseases. Okay, and our Constitution of India recognizes that the right to water as being a part of the right of life according to the Article 21. It means there should be universal access to water. And student, here the meaning of universal access means water availability for all the people of India, whether he was Mr. Ram Gopal Subramaniams or she was Shiva or Padma. Okay, and High Courts and Supreme Court of India have held the right to safe drinking water is a fundamental right or part of the fundamental right. And fundamental right means for all the people equally availability of water provided by government. And this is also the responsibility of Government of India to provide water to every citizen of India. And also verdict given by courts make it as the responsibility of government to ensure the supply of fresh drinking water. Okay, next topic is public facilities, and as I told you above that water is very important responsibility of the government to provide everyone, but other public facilities are also responsibility of the government to provide the common people or each and every people of India, like electricity, public transport, schools and colleges. And it is very important for the survival of people. And you know that public facilities are provided so that its benefits can be shared by many people. And it is the responsibility of government to make public facilities available to every people, and no one should be discriminated on the basis of caste, gender, class or religion. Okay, after that your next topic is the government's role. So my dear students, as I told you above that one of the very important function of the government to ensure all these public facilities made available to every Indian. And for this Government of India made and making many provision for education and setting up of school and colleges like government schools, and providing health facilities and sanitation facilities, and providing equal distribution of food throughout the country with the help of a rationing system, and improving the means of transport, and also maintenance of public facilities like post office, railways and roads. But students, you know very well that due to the failure of government to provide all the basic necessities to every people of country, many private companies operate and providing these public facilities at a very high price to make profit in the market. And the main source of revenue, or the main source of the taxes of the government collected from the people. Okay, so to supply water to everyone, the government has to set up pumping water system, carrying it over long distances, laying down pipes for its distribution, and treating the water for impurities, and finally collecting and treating wastewater. It means one of the most important tasks of government is to ensure the availability of resources to everyone. And for this, for the proper implementation of all these facilities, it is the responsibility that by making the administration strict and effectively implementing the scheme to all over the country. And whatever taxes collected by the government, it is for the better social schemes and using the resources in very good way to ensure the public facilities to all the people. Okay, and your next topic is water supply to Chennai. Is it available to all? So as I told you, water supply in Chennai is not available for everyone, and municipal supply meets only about half the needs of the people of the city, only those who are living in high society. And water shortage mainly faced by the poor people or lower section of the society. And students providing municipal water supply to every people of Chennai is a sign of failure of the government, because municipal corporation failed to provide equal water facility to everyone. And students all over the world, providing water supply is the responsibility of the government, and only there are very few instances of private water supply. And you know very well that nowadays, due to the much industrialization all over the country, water pollution has become a major problem. So students, for the availing of clean drinking water to a large population can be done through the technology, researches and advancement which needs investment by government. So finally we can say, our conclusion is this: public facilities are totally our basic needs, and the Indian Constitution has a right given to everyone for the right to water, right to health, right to education as a being a part of the right to life. And major role of the government is to ensure all the public facilities to everyone. And it is also responsibility of the government to provide all these public facilities with very low cost. And the success of any government is also judged by the providing public facilities to every individual. And these facilities finally become the building blocks of the development of any nation. Okay. After that, students, your chapter number 10, Law and Social Justice, I am going to revise. And students, in chapter number 9, you have to learn all the And students, in chapter number 9, you have to learn all the question and answer whatever given in exercise. And you have to learn the definition of sanitation, company, universal access and basic needs, which is already given in your book with word and its meaning. After that, your chapter number 10 is Law and Social Justice, which is also a very important for the every citizen of India. And you know very well that everywhere sometime consumer are cheated by the producer in the marketplace. So students, for the protection of these people in marketplace, it is very important to make some rules and regulation by the government. So, according to this chapter, to protect people from any exploitation or any cheating in the marketplace, always government makes some laws. And according to these laws, government and our government officers try to ensure that the unfair practices are not carried by any people, and unfair practices are kept at a very minimum level in the marketplace. Okay? And also to ensure all the people that workers are not underpaid, they are paid fairly, and whatever minimum wages fixed by the government given to the laborers or daily wage earners by the owners or employers. And students, there are many laws are already made by our constitution to protect the producer and consumer in the marketplace. And students, our government of India also ensure that these laws are implemented and must be followed by everyone. So students, implementation or the enforcement of any kind of rule, regulation and laws will be important when the government can control the activities of individuals or private companies to sell the products with very minimum price. As you know very well that all the private companies giving us very good material and very top class brand, but their prices and cost are very high and out of reach of the common people. Okay? So students, as I told you that it is the responsibility of government to control the activities of private companies to ensure the social justice for everyone. And our fundamental rights also guaranteed by our Indian Constitution, right against exploitation. It means no one can be forced to work for low wages or under bondage. And our Constitution also given us right that no child below the age of 14 years shall be employed to work in any factory or mine or any dangerous place. And our Constitution has also made many provision against the exploitation of human being, irrespective of gender and caste, etc. That's why our constitutional rights, and on the basis of constitutional rights, government always try to ensure social justice to every citizen of a country, which I told you in previous explanation, and in public facilities. Okay? After that, your next topic is Bhopal gas tragedy, which is also given in geography. You have to learn this and practice this. And on the basis of this Bhopal gas tragedy, we will study and learn about the right against the exploitation, and we will understand fundamental rights, right to life. So students, as I told you in my previous explanation that the worst industrial disaster took place in Bhopal many years ago, in which UC or Union Carbide, which was an American company, had a factory in the city in which it produced pesticide. And methyl isocyanate or MIC, which was a highly poisonous gas, started to leak on 2nd December 1984 at exactly midnight from the factory. And students, after the leaking of that highly poisonous gas, within 3 days, more than 8,000 people were dead and hundreds of thousands were injured. So, whatever complaint filed by the people who are living around the area, US stopped its working but left behind tons of toxic chemicals. And after the many years later, people who were suffered that disaster are still fighting for justice, for safe drinking water, for healthcare facilities and jobs, but they are failed. And students, on the basis of that story or Bhopal gas tragedy, whatever given in your book, according to that, if after a very long period of time, if they will get justice, then what is the benefit of that justice after a very long period of time? So students, our governments come and go, but people are waiting for justice. So students, to stop such kind of incident in future, the businessman class should make very strict laws, rules and regulation to stop such kind of incident in future. So according to that chapter, your next topic is what is workers' worth. It means all those whatever I told you that faced by the common people. Only common people suffered all these things, because you know very well that in India, after liberalization, foreign companies come to India for cheap labor, and per day wages in USA are higher than the compared to workers in poorer countries like our India. And for lower pay, companies can get longer hours of work. It means in India, due to the unemployment, people are willing to do any kind of work on the very less wages even, only due to the unemployment. And you know very well that sometime or mainly companies, private companies or multinational companies cutting the cost due to the loss of factory or due to the any reason, and there were no any kind of law, rules and regulation followed by the private companies, and whatever they want they are doing, like lower working condition, lower safety measures, etc. And this is only due to the much unemployment in our country, and due to the carelessness of the company or carelessness of the any hazardous companies which are producing that kind of insecticide, pesticide and fertilizers, and due to very lower class safety measures, only workers have to play with their life, and still workers are doing or working in very poor condition where there is no any safety rules and regulation followed or provided by government for the protection of the workers or people who are working in factories. It means overall, whatever worth that is only given by the workers. After that, your next topic is enforcement of safety laws. So my dear students, on the basis of Bhopal gas tragedy, we can say that it is the responsibility of the government to enforce all safety laws in all companies and industries for the protection of the workers. Okay? And also it is the duty of government to ensure right to life guaranteed under Article 21 of the Constitution is not violated anyhow in industries or in companies only for the safety or the protection of workers. And students, protecting the interest of the people, their safety was being disregarded by the both government and private companies. So students, those industries which are being set up by our government or by the foreign companies in India, there is a need of great and strong laws protecting workers' rights and better enforcement of the law only for the protection of the workers. After that, next topic is new laws to protect the environment. So my dear students, around the 1984, there were very few laws implemented by the government for the protection of environment. And one protection was implemented, Environment Protection Act in 1986. And earlier, environment was treated by a people a free gift or free entity by the industry, and they could pollute the air and water without any hesitation or without any restriction. Due to this, rivers, air, and groundwater and even environment was being polluted, and the health of the people are also disregarded. So students, you know very well that polluter or whatever toxic material released by the industries or throwing by the industries as a waste material in open area, these polluter is responsible for the damage of environment. And also it is the responsibility of government for the setting or enforcing of new laws and procedure to check the pollution, clean the rivers, and also introduce heavy fines for those who pollute the environment, rivers, or open area. That's why many new programs and many new cleaning laws implemented by our government of India to make rivers pollution free, because water is a very important for everyone and also for survival. After that, your next topic is environment as a public facility. It means environment is a very important public facilities which is provided by nature to us to use it. But how we have to use it? So, my dear student, environment issue is not new. Environment issue is not new in all over the India and highlighted everyone, even among the middle class people, to provide free and pollution free environment. But the challenge is to look for solution where everyone can be benefit from a clean environment. That's why it is the responsibility of the government to encourage and support factories to use cleaner technologies, and also it is the responsibility of the government to ensure that the workers' livelihood are protected anyhow in factories and they will enjoy safe and protected environment. All right. So finally, students, overall conclusion is this: anyhow, rules, regulation, or implementation of laws are very necessary in many situations, even in marketplace, in office, in factories, to stop the unfair practices and to protect the people in all the places which I told you above. Students, you know very well that always workers and common people suffered because due to the weak and poor law which is not working properly. So students, it is the total responsibility of the government to provide right to life every citizen of India and to provide all the public facilities to every citizen of India only for their protection. So my dear students, in this chapter you have to also learn all the question and answer whatever given, and you have to learn the meaning of consumer, producer, investment and workers unions which are given in your book with word and meaning. So my dear students, anywhere if you have any problem then contact to me. All right. Thank you and have a nice day.